G'day. It's not often I make my way up on into these areas of Heroic and Nexus division, the name divisions, not just the letter divisions. So it should be an interesting time, but I'm back, V-Line Bus. And today we do have a Heroic division game of Minion Miners facing off against Rodney's imaginary friends. Which thankfully I can see there's a Rodney in the game, so the name is making at least a little bit of sense. Also, welcome Voriel, hope you're doing well today. Or Voriel? I guess would be probably the correct way to pronounce it, but this should be a good series lined up. I imagine it should be some good old, good-fashioned, high-quality hots. I know it's a cast already, it's just one cast already. So, looking at it here, we do see Minion Miners... Well, actually, Rodney's imaginary friends won the coin toss, so they chose first pick. So we do see in terms of bands it went Towers of Doom, Volskaya Foundry, whatever that next map is, Battlefield of Eternity, then Tomb of the Spider Queen was banned out, and that leads us to Infernal Shrines. Let's go Roger's imaginary friends. You know what? I read Roger and went, I hope I have not accidentally spelt that incorrectly. Because in my head I also went, that's something I would do. I would be very good at spelling things incorrectly. It is a known skill of mine. But we are going to be getting into things, so let me swap it on over into the draft, shall we? Whenever it's just a name I'm open. You know what? At least you're good-hearted about the name thing, but we should see what these drafts entail. I'm going to be honest, I'm not entirely comfortable with what these teams play. Apparently one team wants to play Cho, or someone is trolling, I don't know. Do Minion Miners like playing Cho'Gall? Is that what I've run into? But we do see Varian is banned out. Whether that's Smash or Taunt is hard to say. We see Deathwing banned out as well. Definitely some more interesting choices. But it looks like... Oh, they do like playing Cho'Gall. Rodney's buddy friends, you've denied me a Cho'Gall game. You've denied me Cho'Gall games. This is sad. But no, it does look like it is going to be a Hogger picked up first. What will we see for the first two picks of Minion Miners is going to be the question. Oh yeah, that's right. Shrines. Thank you for reminding me. Wait, no, you've got me confused. It's the exclamation mark Infernal, isn't it? There we go. There we go. That's a number of a poorly written sense. But we do see Asmodan and Stukov picked up in the first two slots. You probably want to get rid of Joanna in this instance, just because she does combo well with these two. But we do see Diablo picked up by Rodney, and we got a little bit more thinking going on here. Do we get Lucio? Brylin? Tyrande! I do like Tyrande. Tyrande's a fun one. I wish Tyrande was something I'm better at. Tyrande's one of those ones I really do have to think a fair bit when I am, Tyrande's one of those ones where I actually have to really focus. So I just need to go, right, you gotta hit things, gotta pray it works. But we do see Greybane banned out, but that will be it there. Yeah, I do find that there's, as we get into the high divisions, there is a lower... Teams seem to have a lower necessity on picking Joanna. So we do see that instead of Joanna, we're getting some more priority bans, such as Maiev. Maiev is actually a pretty good one to ban, because a pull into something such as Stukov Silence, or even to an Asmodan dunk into that late game can be absolutely devastating. But we do see a Tychus and a Garrosh picked up. What will we see next? Snarfungus and Breakwood still to pick. Both of these are damage dealer players, if I recall. Yeah, it sounded so bad. We see Junkrat from Breakwood, and we see Sylvanas from Snarfungus. And we just need the off lane for Minion Miners still. Blaze is alright here. I do like the idea of Blaze here. Rexar can work, Sonya can work. But I do think I like the Blaze pick, in all honesty. Maybe Ragnaros. I don't know. Blaze? Yeah. Yeah, I had a feeling it was going to be Blaze. Blaze very much is the pick 99% of the time. We do see it's going to be a little bit of swap round, but is there actually going to be anything swapping? I do not know. I can actually open up my stream and to confirm if anything does get swapped. But it looks like everything is more or less staying the same here. So, should be good to watch. What I'm going to do is I'm going to throw it back on over to map view. Just while we have to that countdown, we'll discuss a little bit. Right. Both these comps I think are pretty good. I do think the Hogger comp, Hogger very good objective, may have a little bit of issues around the Tychus when they're spinning around objective, but Junkrat very good for clearing. Similarly, Blaze, Comedy Odin, Tychus, and the Azmodan all pretty good on their own for the objective. So it can actually go pretty either way, I'd say, but let's see how this game goes. So, on the side of Minion Miners, we do have Wonton Soup on the Tychus. Kobo is on that Azmodan. Himibo. Oh, God. Garrosh, Marshall Blaze, and Sir Mac of Cheese is on the Stukov. On the other side, we do have Rodney on the... Oh, my God. Diablo's just spinning around. Drinko on Tyrande. Mundane Zebra is on that Hogger. Breakwood on the Junkrat, and Snarfungus on Sylvanas. And we do see the owl just flying through the middle. Does get a nice hit to start, so that is a good luck sign right there if you are the side of Rodney's imaginary friends. Hit the owl at the beginning, you're in a pretty good spot. Owl hitting Himibo. Stun hitting Himibo and Kobo. We do see the wave clear is a bit better for Minion Miners. Actually, Himibo went very far in. We do see Snarfungus does use the Haunting Wave to get out. Rodney is the one in trouble. Tychus does take them out. That little bit, last bit of damage going to do it. Because we do see they are going to be grenade build. They do have that finishing potential. But in terms of stacking, we only actually see 2 stacking quests at level 1 outside of the Black Soulstone of Diablo. We do have the Lunar Flare. Lunar Blaze on the Tyrande. And on the other side, we do have Azmodan going Gluttony. Yes, Gluttony. I can never remember sometimes. Also, this seems to be rough for Marshall so far. Hogger is really just going to hit them. Oh my god, wait. Marshall? Nope. Hogger doesn't quite get it. We do see camps are being cleared up. A little bit awkward positioning from the minions itself, but that's cleared up fast enough. And now we can see that they do have a nice rotational rotationally, they're a little bit behind in terms of experience, but they have gotten their own camp to start. So they're doing a little bit better in that regard. And I'm going to close this just for a moment. Oh, Wolf is tanking. Is Wolf not normally the tank? Wait, who's Wolf? I don't know who Wolf is. I really don't know people's names in Heroic. That's where my downfall is coming in. So when people go, oh, X, Y, and Z to take, I'm like, right on, I guess. Kobo does get scouted with the owl, so they're not wanting to full commit to that. Do we do see... Oh, wait. Maybe there. Yeah, they're just having a full rotation there instead. We do see Himibo is going to be holding that bush. And we do actually see Hogger gets taken down up top. Ran down by Wonton. And Staff did try to come up help, but did not quite work in their favor. Also, Nort, do not join me in Discord again when I'm waiting to start a match. When I'm getting ready for a match. But we do now see things are going to be starting up. Kobo walks up, basically gives Rodney a hug by chucking a minion at him. But that minion is going to go into his trap and just be stuck. Aragonus, he's a German tank. Oh, okay. Maybe he wakes up soon. Fingers crossed. Right, but we do see it is going to be the objective coming up soon. We will be having, I don't know actually which one this is, a Frozen Shrine. So Frozen Punisher, good start. Kind of mitigated advantage with the Sylvanas, but can still do very well in the right position. I was going to briefly open this up, just have a quick look. We're getting relatively standard builds across the board, but I do like the pickup of the bigger they are. That percent damage into Hogger into Diablo can make it a lot harder. Speaking about Hogger, we do see they are flipped into the percent damage, dropping them quite quickly. awkward bounce. We can see, however, there is going to be an objective advantage so far to Minion Miners. Actually, very good Shrine clear with the Asmodam with the Tychus. We see all our Blaze is now stepping up, and there is a good 10. Well, we got double the amount that Rodney's Minion Miners do. Rodney's Imaginary Friends do. We do see Hemibo dropping, actually. Does have to drop out to safety. Concussion Mine pushing both them and Sir Mac of Cheese out, but nope, they're going to be safe. 31 on the objective now for Minion Miners. We do see a stun onto Garrosh. Garrosh getting a lot of CC on them. Zebra rolling through, doesn't quite get the kill, but does get out to safety. But this first objective does go over to the side of Minion Miners. Rodney's Imaginary Friends just backing up, realizing they need to get that jump to make sure it's going to be ultimately fine for them. Because this Frozen Punisher really need to burn it down before, well, those rings come out. Also, Sylvanas just took top. Oh, Wonton Soup did find the grenade onto Snarfungus. Snarf now has to deal with Marshall. Does get hit for stun, and that will be her going down. Can't quite escape from that Tychus and Blaze combo. But however, that means you are missing a decent chunk of damage bottom. You can see that this Frozen Punisher realistically could have gone to the whole front gate and a little bit more. But no, it didn't quite get that. There's still about a third left. Good trade. Yeah, no, actually, that's a very good trade for Rodney's Imaginary Friends. Actually, I'd say that is worth, as some would call it. Also, welcome C-Do-D2 Hots. Right, we do see Lunar Flare is slowly stacking up 6 stacks. Now, it is actually going to be an old school kind of Diablo build charged with Malevolence. So that's really going to actually be quite punishing when Rodney does get those wall charges, does get those flips. They are going to be able to commit a good bit of murder. Everything else kind of relatively standard so far. Just not often you see the Q build Diablo nowadays, especially in NA servers. You typically see it more in EU. And meanwhile, Break was just chipping at the wave and the people from afar. Oh. Speaking of Blaze, Blaze is dead. Good kill. You know, I think Staff was like, that's for getting me last time, yep. No. We do see the rotation coming down. Gates is about to drop, I imagine. This, nope. It's just good clear from the team of Rodney's Imaginary Friends. We can see now bottom camp's being done. If actually Nove here, we may see Sylvanas and Hogger pushed off, and that's actually what we see. Rodney does shove Hemibo so they can get out. You can see it is 10 through for both teams. And all while this fight's happening on a bottom camp, we do see pushing top is going to be Snarf and Hogger there. They are going to be pushing in. There is a lot of damage onto Marshall. Marshall dropping low. And does. So this is going to be fine. Nice stun onto Hogger. Hogger spinning. Zebra gets to. Oh, they dodged that. They managed to get the Border Pole out. We do see a nice dodge by the Blaze via. Oh, Snarf is now in trouble. The Hogger is actually alright. You can see now Sylvanas in an awkward spot does get taken out by the strong arm of the law that is Stukov. And that is very unfortunate to lose your Sylvanas that way. But you've got such an open top lane now. When this top objective comes up, you're going to have so much room to push. But all the while that was happening, we do see Veals as a camp clear. Camp steel bottom. Blaze walking straight into a trap. And now we can see Rodney and co going, wait a minute, this is probably not the place we can be. This is a 5v4, so it shouldn't be. It's not an ideal fight. Nice stun by Drinko. And the invisible means that, well, they aren't able to push in. That is a very good use of Shadow Stalk right there. But talk about other heroics before we get into this next objective phase. We do see that it is Wailing Arrow, Reptire, Shadow Stalk, Apocalypse, and Hortipole on the side of Rodney's Imaginary Friends. And on the other side, we do see Blackpool, Taunt, well, Warlord's Challenge, I guess it's technically called, Cooldown Bunker. We do see a Draken Laser Drill, not quite what I was expecting, but could be interesting, and the Flailing Swipes for the Stukov. So, a little bit more crowd control. And Hemibo's been found in the bush. Mundane Zebra looking to go in. Does Hortipole in. They are going to be in an awkward spot. Does get the stun on Wonton. Wonton doesn't quite get combo by Rodney. That one bit of a horde in the middle is just a little bit too much. Mundane Zebra in trouble. Does try to get a slam off, but no. They are going to be able to get out. The throw from Hemibo was not quite enough to kill. You can see now this objective is in favor of the side of. Oh, good stun on the wall. Nice flip into the Lunar Flare. But no. The good slice to Sir Mac of Cheese. It is going to slow everyone down. All while Breakwood above is going to be clearing the objective. Olga just walking up around to safety. And we're at 23-6. So a little bit opposite. But I think that's because you are missing your Esmeralda. Without Esmeralda, you're missing a lot of your Shrine clear. Riptide comes up, gets a nice double hit, all the while Blaze is in the bunker. Grenade finding Rodney, and we do see the rest of the team of Minion Miners backing up. Getting actually still a little bit off the objective, actually, I'd say. 33 to 18 in favor of Rodney's imaginary friends. We do see Trap hitting Sumac of Cheese, and Hogger spins straight through him right as Rodney hits him into a wall, and that is very unfortunate. Now we see Kobo is up top, but at this point it is already one hero dead, and you have a 5v4 Wandon Zoop going down to 7, or actually about 4 health at the lowest point, but did end up dying in the end. We see Hogger spinning through. Himibo does get a slap onto Drinko, does go for the stun combo onto them and the Junkrat, but no, it doesn't quite go well for them. We do see 2 kills, all while Sylvanas was pushing bottom, and this is now the point where you probably wish you had your Sylvanas top to Black Arrows the gate with this Arcane Punisher, actually. Also, we do see Blaze has gone down to deal with Sylvanas. Oh, Sumac of Cheese stepped up a little bit too far, and they do die for it. That is unfortunate, to say the least. Yes, let me open up talents just so we can see what's happening. Oh, jump from the Punisher. No follow-up stun there. It's a little bit harder for Diablo to follow-up engage in these open areas where the Punishers do like to be. But we do now see there is the win condition open top for the side of Rodney's imaginary friends. All while they're clearing the Punisher below on that middle building, actually. Yeah, full charge build is really online for Diablo, but Diablo is not with their own team. We do see Wonton Soup considering stepping up, but the camp done by the time they can even fully get there. What Minion Miners need to do in this situation is very much the question. If they can get a pick on Sylvanas alone during one of the objective phases, that can actually turn things around well for them. Because Sylvanas, both these times now, has split off of a team and made sure we're in a good spot to actually get a decent punishment. Also, speaking about punishment, we do see Rodney going onto Hemi, bro. No, they don't. They just want the building. And now that's 2 forts and a keep in favor of Rodney's imaginary friends. We do see Hogger picks up the camp, dunk onto the minion wave, and Rodney very aggressive compared to the rest of the team. That is a taunt. That is Mundane Zebra going in, but that is now them in trouble. That's probably what you're looking for. Again, someone split from the rest of the team, see what you can do. Unfortunately for the Diablo, that was them. Tychus is one of those ones you don't feel quite as immortal into. We do see that it is going to be Garrosh going down to the Mac of Cheese. Does get a good slap, but finished by Wailing Arrow. However, that Sylvanas is out of mana. Drinko relatively low as well. Wonton Soup dodges the Lunar Flare and actually will still go down. Just that 4-man running at them is a little bit too much. 2 of those heroes not meeting mana is very good for them. We do see it is going to be the Sylvanas starting to chip down those towers. And the... Oh, stun combo coming out. Does get shoved into the wall. Kobo will be peeled by their tanker with Marshall. Does get the stun onto Rodney, and unfortunately for Rodney, there was no follow-up from the damage dealers of their team. But I guess they may have just been trying to create space. There we go. Nice stun once again. Junkrat Trap just chilling there. And we do see it is going to be Hemibo being stunned, and the chase is continuing on. Nope, nope. There is the Horde bot on the backline. Blaze Bunker doesn't quite get the stun onto Sumac of Cheese. Hogger not quite finding that Q, but Sumac of Cheese is getting pressured by Breakwood and Mundane Zebra. But no, we do actually have to see Snarf Fungus making their way out. And then we do see Junkrat is actually the first one to fall this fight. Nice Shadow Stalk by Drinko, but now we've got such a split fight. Up above, Tychus goes down. It is Hogger getting relatively low underneath. Does duck into a bush to make sure they're not going to die anytime soon. But we can now see they are going to be following up. Oh, nice throw onto the Diablo right as he went to push. Well, flip. Nice stun by Marshall, hitting both the Sylvanas and the Diablo. That is a good fight for them. And this is coming into the objective now. 2 seconds left, and Sylvanas is another 50 seconds off. We really need to see Rodney's imaginary friends either A, get a kill here just to mitigate just to cut their losses, see if they can slow down the team, or if the Hogger here can just slow down the team for long enough where they're not doing the objective, that's also beneficial. Doesn't look like that's the case. They did burn down a good 30 seconds on Sylvanas' death timer, but that will be really all they can do. But that is still good in saying that. Sumac and Cheese has stepped up a little bit too far. Yup. 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 Your tank wasn't with you. And just like that, what was an advantage for Minion miners, unfortunately thrown away a little bit too quickly. That front push wasn't cleared, and we can see Rodney was sitting there ready for punish. And very unfortunately for Stukov, they were the one who was punished. Nope. Rodney doesn't quite find the wall there. They're going to have to cut their losses and decide Wonton Soup is not going to be for them. We do see they are pushed into the soup. Stun coming out. They do try to get flipped. They are going to live a little bit longer. Awkward little combination there. That is Rodney dropping a lot. We do see that is spell armor from Drinko from that level 7. That's going to be the Tychus going down. And we go relatively low. Drinko does dodge the stun from Blaze. Does hit one of their own. Sylvanas dropping the... Well, using that sprint ability. I can't remember what it's called for a second, but we do see that it is now going to be the Asmodee going down. Dragon Laser Drill dropped. And that is a couple more kills for the side of Rodney's imaginary friends. And now I'm going to actually have a look at talents. Yep, it was Will of a second. We do see endless grenades. But we are at 20s now for the side of Rodney's imaginary friends. And we do see it. There's a couple of Bolt of the Storm, Sylvanas, Hellgate from Diablo, which I think is just Bolt of the Storm used. Oh, nice stun from the Tyrande, getting a nice kill onto Blaze for it. We do see no control used by Hogger. Heal came from Sumac of Cheese, and we do see Hogger actually goes down. Just a little bit too aggressive there. Speaking about aggressive, we do see Rodney going under the tower. They're wanting the kill onto him, Evo. They are running up. They are going to make sure they can't... Well, fortunately, they had two ways to escape, and they're going to hold on. All while bottom, we do see the Punisher does jump onto Tigers, and that is Wonton Soup going down. Hemipo does get hit with the owl. That is the core quickly dropping. The silence quickly going to Sumac of Cheese. Ooh, the stun onto Hemipo, meaning they can't do anything. That is going to be the Stukov down. Hemipo being chased out, all while core is quickly dropping. There are 4 catapults on it now. And that's the first game of the series going on over to the side of Rodney's imaginary friends. Also, hi, Moore. Hope you're doing well today. So, stats. 126k siege from the Asmodee, 146k siege from Sylvana. Similarly, their siege numbers do match up a little bit. 15k siege Asmodee, 14k, sorry, Soak. 15k Soak Asmodee, 14k Soak Sylvanas. In terms of hero damage, 56k Tychus, 55k Hogger. Pretty close between the two. We do see Junkrat then at 40k next highest. So a little bit of a damage advantage there on the side of Rodney's imaginary friends. And we can see it did convert into kills. In terms of healing, Stukov 65k, Tyrande 75k, so very good play there from Drinko. In terms of talents, here is what we have. Anything in particular stand out? I do like the big of AR. I'm not sure about Dragon Laser Drill, just because there are a couple of objectives where what could have been a good play for... Sorry, a moment. I think there would have been some credence to... God, what's the team called again? Tychus picking Commandeer Odin. It's just it would have helped on the objective, and those objective fights may have gone a bit easier for them, and they may have even been able to pick it up while they're fighting on it, but no. Not quite what we see. Also interesting to note, Adhesive Petroleum on Blaze. It's not often you do see this talent. In fact, it is it's usually the charge talent you see at 13, so I do actually like this pickup. It does make sense. This extra slows can do it well. Yeah, Odin on Shrines is... You say that, but recently I've been seeing a lot of laser drill on Shrines. I do understand why. I do understand you're wanting the big of AR for getting through Diablo with Soulstone up, for getting through Hogger, so it just makes it a little bit easier for that. But looks like we're going to be going to Dragonshire next. And let me just put it back over here. And I forgot to update the score. Nice. There we go. Dragonshire. And that was map picked by Minion Miners. So. What What do minion miners need to do this? Apart from win. That's, yes, very obvious one answer. What do minion miners need to do? Win. Good, like, discussion via live. Good, like, cut through. Also, welcome, Pink. Workout. Very good, what's dissection of a game? Yes, of course they need to win to carry on the series. That is how the series works. It's not two ways about that. I need to say casters ready. But in fact, what do they need to do? I think they just need a very good off lane. Just call it there. I have seen they do play... I think both teams play Rexar from what I've seen. No, Rodney's... no. Minion Miners do, but I don't know if that will get through or not. They do have some strong, like, kind of dueling off-lane picks. Again, it may just be see who can get Hogger or Dahaka first, because those are both very good just in general. Need to see Yes, I want to see Cho'Gao. It was banned first map. I want to see it. I wouldn't mind it here. But either way, I do think... I do want to see Cho'Gao. I really want to see Cho'Gao. I know I'm probably not going to get to see Cho'Gao. But, Snuff, if you can hear me... If you can hear me, any of Rodney's imaginary friends, just let one Cho'Gao game, man. I just want to see one. I don't ask for much. I just ask for one itty-bitty Cho'Gao game. Like, come on. Come on. It'll be fine. You can beat Cho'Gao. It's a little Cho'Gao. It's just a little guy. A little birthday boy. You can beat up a little birthday boy. I do understand if you don't want the Cho'Gao. It makes sense. It is a rough one to deal with, but it is such a fun one to watch. Give the people what they want. In saying that, I don't actually know where the teams are in the standings. Those standings actually may make a massive difference. Oh, there's actually a pretty clear divide. Nope, just let them play the Cho'Gao. Let them do it. I don't, but if we are going serious, and if Ronnie's... No, if, Minion Miners want to get a win, I do think we can see something interesting here with with things such as Diablo. Get Sylvanas, jump over a wall, get a kill, leave again. You should be alright. And especially if you start picking up things such as False Start, which you can see they've played as well. And even if you get a weird anchor, kind of like Zero to War, Thrall, that could be interesting. But in saying that, I think Snarf. Yeah, Snarf Fungus has a Thrall hidden up their sleeve. For this, maybe... I may be saying this if you don't make it a message Snarf going later go, how dare you reveal that information? Which, I'm really good at revealing information that I think people know that I just give away anyway. But it does look like Minion Miners play Thrall, so this would be a good map for him. Just have Thrall, like, do a 1-1-3. I'm ready to show some Cho'Gao. So am I, but they're not giving it to me. They have not given me Cho'Gao of a series. It's been highly disappointing. Rick Hast, Lee, if you can tell them to do it, do it. Because I certainly can't. I wish I could, but I definitely can't. I'm not just going to go in chat going, hey, let through the Cho'Gao, give the people what they want. Look, if I get a Cho'Gao game, I will forgive the teams. I will forgive the teams for making me cast Infernal Shrines. I am willing to forgive that if I see a Cho'Gao. Can't guarantee it will happen, but I'm willing to forgive. But it looks like we are still just waiting on one more. So one team is ready, caster is ready. We're just waiting on one person in the team Minion Miners to get back. So hopefully that doesn't take too long. Because I'm never good at things. I will every now and again just go get more, go tell a joke. And I don't have any jokes ready at any point. I'm not one to have like jokes prepared. I do my best, but they never give me up, and they never let me down. Yeah, there's the joke. I knew that was coming. As soon as I read the name, I knew what was coming. I just refused to let it happen. Ask that person to do the joke in the chat. And then we could ban them, depending on how good... Oh, that should be a redemption. Okay, that's a fair reason. I'm just not gonna be here like, I hope we can get a free map series. As I've kind of explained to other people in the past recently, I'm kind of cursed in the fact of what series I actually pick up. I seem to always get 2 map series. I think I've only had 1 free map series as of late, and even when I did Go on, Rickcast. Where do pirates get their hooks from? If it's an anti-joke, I may ban you. I'm just warning you now. If it is an anti-joke, there is a high consideration I just ban you on the spot. For second hand stuff. I'll let you live. I'll let you live this time. You get to stay. But no. What are we gonna see? The more I'm looking at the screen, waiting for people to get back, the more I'm going, like, 3D chess mode, going, what is gonna happen? What about 4D chess mode? Like, what if they do this, this, and this? I think this is definitely a scary map for Minion. I can look at the map history. What am I doing? I have stats available to me and just refusing to look at them. They've done alright on Dragonshire, actually. Dragonshire has been one of their better maps this season. And saying that, the side of... it looks like, though, Rodney's Imaginary Friends have also done pretty well on this map this season. But we've definitely played... We've only played about 3 maps here. Compared to the 4 of, 3 maps. We've only been to this map 3 times. Since it probably makes a bit more sense. I do like just reading chat, so while this is waiting and just catching up on things. But yeah, no. Now, how's everyone doing today, chat? I know it's been it feels like it's been a very long season. It's been a long week. I know you guys are getting into spring, so you guys may be doing better, unless you have like allergies and they're just dying on the inside. Because hands up, I get allergies a lot in that season, just horrible. Unfortunately, it's autumn and I'm still getting plagued by little flies coming into the house because it's getting too cold outside. Because I live somewhere a bit colder than everywhere else in my country, so it definitely is a rough time sometimes. Oh? No, nothing. I saw a bit of blue pop up, but it's the wrong color blue. Not back yet. We're getting there. I should have run. I was like, I should do X, Y, and Z. I was like, part of me was going, do I just pull up Hearthstone and play a small Hearthstone match in the middle of this, in the middle of the series? If we're gonna have a long break, just like Hearthstone, see how quickly we can do it. Not like Battlegrounds or anything. I'll just like, I feel like I have an aggro mage deck somewhere that I can just pull out and go, this is what we're doing now. Or like, no, what are some other things? I'll do paper, scissors, rock with you, chat, but you have to go first. So paper, scissors, rock, you choose what, and I'll say my response. I really don't understand how some people stream so well. I get that I get to fill in a lot of my time with talking about the game, which I guess is a lot of streaming, just talking of the game, kind of filling in the silence. Okay, we are starting, he says. If anyone was not ready and had to take a step away because of how long it took them, I would not blame them. But it looks like we will be getting to Dragonshire in a few moments, so it should be good to watch, I suppose. I'm very interested to see where this draft will go. I pray that Cho'Gall makes it through, but otherwise I would like to see an interesting like 1-1 free split from Minion miners. But we'll have to see how that goes, shall we? As we're getting into the draft. Right, so it is going to be first pick for Rodney's Imaginary Friends, so that means Minion miners did opt with map pick, as we did have on that previous screen. So what do we see first banned? Do we see a Junkrat ban coming up? Because it looks like Minion miners like for Junkrat actually pretty well. No, God, no, don't ban Gut. Rodney's Imaginary Friends are ruining my fun. Where is this? Why? I just want to see the Cho'Gall at least once. Map 2 is perfect when you have a lead. Just let it happen. We do see Vala banned out, however. So getting back to a bit more standard bans. Next pick, next ban, what are we going to see? What was banned last time? Varian? No, that's right, it was definitely, I think Varian was banned by the side of Minion miners. They just didn't want that blow up last time. I wouldn't be surprised if we ban out Varian again. That's because Variant is one of those pretty strong tank, and he could do well even in the 4-man as like a burst damage dealer thanks to Smash. And we can see Variant is banned out. I don't know quite how they run their Variant and their compositions, but I could probably find out. I don't think I have things up to date though. Is Rodney the Variant player? I don't know. Diablo here is still quite scary though. I almost think you'd want Diablo, but we do see Drinko goes for Lucio. I did note that they do like Lucio a little bit. That is actually the most played healer this season. Albeit it's only 4 here. Wait. No, it isn't. It's not just 4 times. They've only won 4 times. They played it in 7 games. We do see Junkrat and Rhaegar picked up immediately. Junkrat is one of those ones that I did note before. Is banned out a lot against Minion miners. And this is probably one of those more annoying maps for Junkrat to be on. You could put a trap in that bush around bottom shrine, and you have very good control tools. Meanwhile, we do see Muradin picked up by Rodney. What are we going to get next? We may see off lane here. Both damage dealers are still open and available. Let's see what's going to happen. And it is going to be Sylvanas picked up once again. I think you ban out Diablo if you're Rodney's imaginary friends. And if you're Minion miners... Hogger? Ban Hogger? That's not a bad choice. I can't think of what else you would want to ban, though. Mephisto. Oh. I guess then that means... This is where I kind of weak sometimes on players' hero pools. I don't know what Breakwood likes to play. Is she a mage? Oh, yeah, Mephisto is one of the 2 heroes she's played this season. Okay, that makes sense. I see. This suddenly is, like, adding up. I'm like, yeah, okay, see the Mephisto. We see Rexar is banned out. That's one of those ones where if the side of Minion miners get Rexar, that's actually a very good spot for them. Because it can see that's one of the ones we've done better with. But I do like it is going to be a Mephisto ban. But we may see something a little bit different. It means we do need to see something different from Breakwood now. They're going to have to go off one of those 2 heroes who played the season. But we do see Reyno and Lily picked up. We see Crow. I love playing Chromie. Chromie, I think, is such a fun hero. I do understand a lot of people hate going into her. But I think she's a lot of fun. The vision, if you choose it at level 1, can be so valuable to let you move around. Or if you prefer going W build and getting that rewind blow up, that's also terrifying to go into. And last but not least, we do see a chin from a zebra. Still black and white. I guess it's close enough. Wonton soup, what are you feeling? Is it offlane Rhaegar or an offlane Lily? Blaze. Is it a tank Rhaegar? No, it must be a Lily, right? Marshall was the offlane player. Okay, I'm happy again. You know what? I may still forgive the Infernal Shrines. We'll have to see how this game goes. But this is an interesting Dragon Shark. I didn't even pick up until we got to that 5th pick. I'm like, wait a minute, it's double healer for the side of Minion miners. Just staring at it. It makes sense now why there's that Mephisto ban. But right, we're counting the game. Let me just swap it on over to here. And we will get into things in a few moments. So both these comps, I do think, as much as I do like Minion miners, I guess it will be very much I don't know who their offlaner is at this point in time. It may be Blaze. Blaze, however, may still be the tank. It is quite hard to say Zebra's he can't play Shin. We'll certainly find out soon enough, but we are into the match, so let's see how well they can play it. What the hell? Yeah. But we do see on the side of Rodney's imaginary friends, it is going to be the Zebra. On the Chin, Drinko is on Lucio, Snarfungus, Sylvanas, Rodney, Muradin, and Breakwood on the Chromie. On the other side, as I mess up my mouse somehow, we do see Marshall, Lily, Surmak of Cheese on the Rhaegar, Kobo, that Junkrat, and Himibo on the Reyno. So it is going to be Blaze offlane, so let's have a look. It is definitely an interesting comp. Never mind, Blaze is rejoined. Does get booped by Lucio. We do see an aggressive Panda Taking a decent amount of damage, being staggered. We do see they start drinking like their life, depending on it, because, well, it does a lot of these instances. The more Chen drinks, the more likely he is to live, and we do see Chen goes down. Blaze finds him with the crossfire. Half of Rod are Canadian, so Zebra is French. Oh. 2 kills for Blaze. Chromie got 1. That's a good trade for Rodney's imaginary, for Minion Miners. 2 for 1 already. Good start. They do have a little bit better of an advantage in that team fight early on. The BUR Wolf. I don't know what that means. We see Marshall getting relatively low. Rodney running at them, doesn't quite find them, but we'll start backing up. We see a ping on to Drinko. Drinko just running around. Oh, your Wolf. Okay. I actually remember your name. I do remember seeing 130 Aragon before. But I do now see that you have stream muted, so that was a bit pointless to me responding. Rodney is standing directly on the trap. They realize they've been found. Let's just zoom all the way out. We do see Drinko Breakwood starting their camp. We do see all the way up here, still Snarf Fungus actually doing their own. Meanwhile, bottom we do see Sir Mac of Cheese and Marshall doing their camp. And all while, fighting up top is a Chen, or Panda, and a Terran. Let's have a look at this for a little bit. Wait, never mind. They have not kept their own camp. They've realized this. You may want to camp it now before the team realizes what's happening. If you do so. Meanwhile, we do see up top, Snarfungus was about to start halving. We see Drinko coming up to help heal them up. Ejective control bottom by the side of Minion Miners. We can see good concussion mine from Kobo, meaning that those Siege Giants are harder to defend. They went over wall and now you can get to kill them for free. And we do see it is level 4 through for both teams. It is basically a full level advantage for Minion Miners. So they're actually getting off to a really good start this map. But in terms of stacking, we do see that Muradin is actually stacking that Perfect Storm at level 1. You can see Chen going fresh as ingredients at level 1 as well. And that's really the only stacking to note. As we do see its vision on on the Chromie. Who does have a level 5 now, I just realized to close that. Which is going to be W. So we're likely going to be going Rewind. Oh. Savannah's killed Lily. Wonton Soup does get out. Snarf, you are low. I just want to remind you, you are basically out of mana, and one good crossfire may indeed kill you. No, but they are going to be getting aggressive. Wonton Soup backs out. We do see Chen kicking over wall. That is them going to find... Well, actually, that's Savannah's finding the kill onto the Blaze. And now we can see some Mac of Cheese coming to us as well. That Black Arrows pushing with the camp is really doing a lot to mess up the top lane for Rodney's Emerging Friends. Meanwhile, there is a fight continuing bottom because I was just ranting about top. And we do see that it is going to be them. Wait. Damn it! Stop dying where I'm not looking, guys! No, we do see Wonton Soup's coming back. Monday and Zebra's fun is going to be over. As Rodney running mid is going to start hitting Marshall a little. Doesn't quite hit the hammer, but it does have that Skull Cracker available to them. Also note that we do see that Skull Cracker is going to be getting some decent value out of it. Marshall actually just getting bopped on the head, bopped on the noggin a few times. Isn't allowed to really do much. Drinko gets told by Hemibo, no, you can't do that. And we do have to see both Rodney and Drinko back up. Well, bottom. Let's have a look here. Breakwood's out of mana. We're getting low on mana. Kobo realizes, oh yeah, I don't have mana lol. Hourglass coming through. We do see Rodney now is down. We do see that it doesn't quite hit. And it is the silence trap, so Breakwood doesn't really have too much choice. Kobo really low, but will survive. Marshall running down Rodney, but Rodney is going to be fine as well. Meanwhile, up top, we do see it is going to be Wonton Soup being chased down by both Snarf and the Chen. So Savannah's Chen running it down. No, it is going to be a good dodge. We do see that's Elusive Brawler being used by Chen. Black Arrows now being used to deactivate building. And that is Wonton Soup going down. That is now Sylvanas in danger once again. They realize they don't have long under the structure. They are partway out. They are holding on. Nope, that is Lily going to take them down. Every time we see a death up here, there's another one soon to follow, which, speaking of which, Lily heals, does get kicked by Chen. Chen uses the Elusive Brawler and goes down. Right, so looking bottom. Sorry, just seeing Chin die that way was kind of funny, I will admit. Just seeing Chin doing so well just to get like one-shot chase and divvy into the earth just to die. At least they made it worthwhile by getting the Lily. Also, we do see Tensa through. We do see that it is Reyna's ready. We do see Water Dragon on the Lily. Just, well, I guess you're not as, like, single solo heal Lily. You don't need that massive defensive ultimate. Obviously, we do have Riptide, Junkrat, Bloodlust, Rhaegar. Oh, and the Combustion Blaze. We are going for the, swinging for the hills now. Wailing, well, Haunting Wave does barely stop Marshall. Oh, that is Bloodlust being used. Nice, slow. And that's actually in combination with Combustion. And we do see that is going to be Sylvanas going down. Oh, while Chen did cap top, so they do have a little bit more time. Oh my gosh, Drinko. Drinko at least survived. It was much closer than they probably wanted it to be, but Drinko survived. Hemibo looking to get aggressive. Does get stunned by Rodney. They are going to get ran down. Rodney jumps out. Breakwood doing a decent amount of damage in the meantime. Note that bottom has lost all their tower, and Chen is fighting Lily. Uncle-niece rivalry is well known amongst the throughout the ages. I don't know where I'm going with that sentence. Anyway, we do see there's a bit of a haymaker going on down bottom. Hemibo does get punched in. Cleanse used. They are stuck in the slowing sands from Breakwood. However, they will go down. Meanwhile, on top, we do see that Marshall is being chased by Mundane Zebra. That Chen, however, unable to get back on top, does kick over wall onto Wonton Soup. Meanwhile, we do see Sumac of Cheese and Kobo making their way to the ejected mid. Unable to do anything, but Drinko and Sumac of Cheese going to continue making their way up. I also want to note that it is kick from Chen and high five Lucio. Nice high five. We do see Sumac of Cheese is going to be dove on, but these three here. Oh. Did you? Oh. I have no clue what's going on. Oh, nice charge by Soup. We do see Chen drink for their life. There is a Bloodlust. Kobo says rude because I don't think they're quite expecting to die that way. The Snarfungus going down with the Lucio. Meanwhile, we do see that it is going to be Chen being chased down by the Rhaegar. So Mac of Cheese gets the kill. Meanwhile, Breakwood is now in trouble. They are alone in the middle of a wave. They drop their slowing sands to see what they can do. The answer is not much. They do manage to dodge the Blaze stun. They are waiting out the timer. We do see stun coming out of Reyno, but there's not really too much you can do. But we do see Muradin jumps over, goes for the Haymaker, and the lock in place means that they die. Meanwhile, there's a very deep dive there from Wonton Soup. Hemibo taking all the shots, nearly going down actually, but they held on. And now we see objective being capped by Junkrat bottom. I think someone just needs to run straight mid, but I don't know if Marshall gets stopped in time. Drinko gets aggressive into Hemibo, can't quite do anything. But no, Sylvanas is on that too late. Marshall gets the objective. That's the first Dragonite of the game. Nope, Hemibo getting stuck in corner. If Sylvanas comes down, this may be a... No, never mind. They just got kicked by Chen. It is kick build Chen. That does make sense. We do see it is going to be Deadly Strike. Meanwhile, we do see the Dragonite pushing in. We know what's happening here. We know what's happening up here. Here, we actually kind of know what's happening as well, as the Dragonite is just going to be pushing in. No, we see Breakwood gets kicked. What's happening up here? We do see there is going to be a pincer maneuver coming on in. There's a lot of damage going into Mundane Zebra, and that is going to be both Snarfungus and the Chen getting out of dodge. We do see a little bit of shielding coming out. That is the Sylvanas going down first. We do see the stun onto Chen. I don't think Breakwood can save Chen. Nope, Chen goes down. Meanwhile, Rodney nearly showed in bush. Decides not to. Nope, that's a hammer onto them. Punch straight into the wall. Unfortunately, didn't quite have the angle they wanted. Playmaker Muradin not quite finding anything there, or Muradin, because I guess I know I say it wrong. But it now just turned into all random all top. A rat.
Blue team has destroyed a
Meanwhile, Lily is just in Dragonite, getting a second building. And that's a very good Dragonite phase for the side of Minion miners. They were wanting to get things open up. We can see they did so. I don't know how this changes once we hit 16, because Lucio does scale quite well at 16. The healing numbers can rival both these healers, especially as the two healers of Rodney's imaginary friends to go into more kind of damage-orientated builds. Oh, I say that, but it is kind of full totem build from the... I see why you're making jokes now. It's going full totem build. All we do see it is Keg. We do see a silence arrow onto Lily. However, they can't be silenced out of their Water Dragon once it's activated, so they still at least get to go the whole thing off. There's a lot of damage coming out. We do see that Wonton Soup did have that combustion available. Rodney taking a decent amount. Drinko doing their best to heal everyone up. We do see that Rodney has been thrown over wall. This feels like deja vu. Hemibo thrown into the back line. Gets kicked on by Chen. Wonton Soup gets out. And that is a chaotic fight to say the least. And actually, if you were the side of Rodney's imaginary friends, this is... We are just running in the building, huh? Good stun by the Soup. However, the Soup goes down. So Vaz gets 2 kills. You see Chen goes down in the process. So Mac of Cheese now is still just in here. I don't think Sylvanas has Black Arrows up for a little bit still. Another few seconds on it. So Mac of Cheese wanting to step in, but no, actually takes a decent amount of damage. Drinko skates through, gets the pushback. They do jump out. So Mac of Cheese getting relatively low. Snarf Fungus and Rodney actually in trouble now. Black Arrows are available with Snarf holding their ground. Drinko does get a heal off. We do see that it's going to be Lee held in place as the Haymaker winds up and nothing found. And now we can see 16s online for both teams. Ooh, that was a decent amount of fighting under someone else's structure. Also, Lucio, as I did think, is going to go up frequency, so we may see that these healing numbers, when it rotates around, may up itself. So 29k to 33.7k, so what? Let's call it 60k for odds and evens. Roughly 60 from Lucio. So Lucio is doing work this game in terms of the healing numbers. Also, there's now 3 forts down for the side of Rodney's imaginary friends. So they are at a structure and tap disadvantage when it comes to this objective. Breakwood in trouble, being chased down by the Soup. Snarfungus doing what damage they can. They have gone with a single target, but we do see it is going to be Chromie going down. Blaze finding a good charge. And they are charge build this time, so they do have that damage. The Chen does not quite get hit by the kick. We do see Kogo actually managing to phase through a kick itself. There's a Bloodlust right as Chen jumps on in. They're taking a decent amount of damage for it. And that is going to be Chen jumping out. They get enough of a drink. But no, it looks like their drinking days are over. Drinko now in trouble. Their drinking days also over. And now we can see we're just going to get a good old-fashioned push from Minion Miner's bottom. Fungus in trouble, goes down before they can Haunting Wave out. And that may have been just into too aggressive play. So if Minion Miners play the cards right, this could be an end. Which Murder and Lily can defend. It's not going to be the easiest by any means. You're at least the same talent tier, but I don't know if you stock everything. We can see the team being chased out. Oh boy. All I can say to that, oh boy. You see now the setup for objective. This Dragonite going bottom can do would probably get a lot of value as well. Murden realistically needs to step up to mid, or at least Chen does. Someone needs to make sure someone doesn't turn in Wonton Soup. I don't think it'll be allowed. Does get a nice stun onto the Zebra. Zebra starting drinking once again to make sure they don't go down. We do hear a little bit of a dash away going, I don't think I'm going to be trouble. Oh, we do see the kick. We do see they're going to be running away. We're going to be fine. And that was a kill onto the Chen, but we do see that Reyno is traded out. Nice stun onto Tyre. Rodney gets the jump. They're going to live a little bit longer. Speed from Lucio. Rodney trying their best to run away. The Riptide wanting them, but all the while, Rodney's been healing up further and further. Right, objective is available, but no. Chromie does cancel out last moment. They are, well, not last moment, they had a little bit of time. Marshall steps up alone. They are taking a decent amount of damage. The Falling Sands getting a lot of value. That Dragon's Breath is coming out. And we actually have double Water Dragon. Nice unstop after that second hit. We see Drinko does shove Snarfungus in a very aggressive position. They are getting pinged. They are going to Haunting Wave over to where Sumac of Cheese is. And that is going to be Junkrat getting the kill. We do see the charge onto Drinko, stopping with DV tracks. Rodney does get the hit onto Rhaegar. So that's actually going to be the healer going down. Meanwhile, Camp is leashed. Rodney's you've somehow again ended up in a position where you're about to go into the building itself. Chen did again. Yeah. And now we see Rodney running up and skiing a hammer. Meanwhile, fighting up top, we do see it is going to be Marshall and Breakwood. This is a very split fight. Where did Murden went out to safety. See that Marshall finally goes down, but this is now a rough spot. Drinko going to survive, but I don't know how Breakwood gets out, however. Rodney may be the answer to that, as we see Junkrat going down the backline while Breakwood actually finds the kill onto them. No, unfortunately not quite enough stance to do anything. We do see, meanwhile, it is going to be Chen making their way to the bottom lane, and 20s through for both teams, so let's have a look at those now. So we have Double Dragon from the Lily. Rayna's Raiders. Rayna. I think that's what it's called. Yeah, Raiders Roll, sorry, from Rayna. We just see the combustion upgrade of Flashfire. Yeah. Cannonball Junkrat, and I'm not even going to pretend I know what it means. Gladiator's Warshout from... Oh. Right, Rodney just killed him. This Haymaker is getting Rodney a fair number of kills. And they're not even the upgrade. They have gone rewind at 20, but we do also see Bottle Storm Sylvanas. Chromie with those Piercing Sands. It is going to be Chen going Unstoppable. Purifying Brew. And we do see that it is Mixing Fire at 20 for Lucio. Which, speaking of which, that is now Rodney's Imaginary Friends, who does have the objective in their favor. And they can have a look at going for it. Oh, that is Chen kicking in. So Mac of Cheese actually using the Bloodlust to get out. I don't know about that. They may have been fine if they didn't do it. This objective, this building's really just staying up a little bit longer, isn't it? Oh, Marshall does get bullied into a corner by Chen. However, there's a lot of stacking there, but they go down anyway. Yeah, in the 20s of where this is turning around, we do see that it is going to be Kobo taking a lot of damage for Purge coming out from Junkrat. Nice jump into Haymaker by Rodney, and that's him going down. Meanwhile, we do see Chromie manages to grab the ejector behind. Stun doesn't quite find the Chen. Chen goes down, however, but the other three members were stunned. Wonton Soup taking a decent amount of damage. We do see Drinko trying to get that reset. Wonton Soup hitting 2 good free-man stuns. So that's a lot of extra cooldown reduction when it comes to it. We can actually hear they wound up the charge again just because they did get so much cooldown reduction on it. But now we do see it is Chromie rejoining the fray in a Dragonite. The little sand bronze dragon turned into a big stone dragon. Also, Heavy Bow just got punched. Snarf going, wait a minute. Want that. And that is going to be Vereno going down. Meanwhile, this building quickly falling. That is going to be going down. Wonton Soup does dash to safety. Meanwhile, Sumac of Cheese doesn't get the same nicely. Actually, it's Hammer missing. But we can see it is going to be a GG call by Hemibo. And that is going to be this objective actually getting through the call pretty quick now. That is going to be Snarf rolling through it, going back through it. Water Dragon coming out doesn't quite find anything, but that is going to be the game. And the series going over the side of Rodney's Imaginary Friends 2-0. GG's to both sides. This Murden's actually hitting stuns. Maybe it's good I'm not playing. Oh, don't sell yourself short, Aragon. I'm sure you would have done great if you were in. Maybe a little tired, but I think you would have done great. Let's have a look at stats real quick. So, in terms of Siege, Sylvanas 111k, Blaze 85k, and we do see in terms of soak, however, is going to be Chromie has the most soak for this side of Rodney's Imaginary Friends with 14k compared to 15k of Blaze. To the hero damage 71k, Sylvanas 64k, Junkrat, healing numbers 68k, Rhaegar, 98k, Lucio, but Lily also had 54k, so we're roughly at 120k healing for the side of Minion miners. So definitely the healing was there, just I don't know, just without that proper, like without a tank, it did seem to be a little bit rougher. And they had a very good start, but as we got into that late game, it got harder and harder for the team. As well as they did, it's very unfortunate they didn't quite go out the way because, well, they did have a momentum in the beginning. They were doing very well for a lot of that game. It just started falling apart once those 20s came through for the side of Rodney's Imaginary Friends. Things were going well up till then, but of course that will always happen where eventually things do fall apart. I'm going to ping Rodney's Imaginary Friends, see if anyone's willing to have a chat with me. I always say interview, kind of hoping that someone doesn't appear, but I know I need to get better at actually asking questions. I know I actually need to get better at asking people questions and like knowing what I need to say. So that's why I do force myself into doing this anyway, see if anyone's willing to join me and see what I can do. Wait, Heroic is best of 3, right? I hope so. I say it out loud, going, I hope so. We'll see if someone is willing to join me soon enough, however. But so far, the series is... yeah, this division is best of 3. I'm 99% sure it's best of 3. I also look at talents real quick, just while we're seeing if anyone's willing to join us. Anything stand out in particular? Haymaker is probably the major standout talent, but it actually did Rodney work, as Rodney did do a decent amount with it. I'm going to unmute. Sorry, let me just unmute myself and unmute you guys in stream. How are you guys feeling after that game?
Feeling fine.
It was fun. We definitely trolled that second one, but I think the other team did too. So it was fun, you know.
You say you guys trolled it, but why didn't you let us have a Cho'Gao game this series? Why'd you ban it out both times?
Absolutely not.
Why
Absolutely not? No.
It could have been
I'm
fun.
good.
It
No.
could have been fun.
I'm okay. The last time we played them, I banned Cho first, and then they were like, you ban Gall, you won't. So my bans, I think, for both games were Cho and Gall.
But you refrained from doing it this time. You actually took the bans a little bit more seriously than by the looks of things.
A little bit.
A little bit more seriously. I still had to look Cho and went, wait, why? Looked at the team page.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, I see they played Cho'Gao.
I banned Cho the first game and Gall the second game. You know, I had to give each of them their moment.
At least you'll consider it that way. But let me just go back. So map number 1, Infernal Shrines. You guys seemed quite confident on that map. Anything you want to comment about the map in general? Just because draft seemed to go pretty well for you guys. I was a bit concerned around the objective, but it seemed to go pretty well for you in the end.
Yeah, the original plan was just for me to swap with Zebra and push the opposite lane. And it worked out pretty well because I think the first objective I took all of top and then died, but you know, it's worth.
Well, my understanding is you took top, then actually started pushing on to top keep with Blaze before you, Hoggo, before you finally went down.
Oh yeah, that's it.
Hmm. And were you surprised Tychus didn't go comedy at Odin? I know they were a bit bigger they are, so they would have that diminished value, but Odin could have been a much more threatening when we did get up to those objective fights.
Yeah, we were definitely talking about it a little bit, just because I feel like Odin on that map is so much point control, and that's not really something they had.
Especially for the shrine.
Exactly.
It lets you clear it quickly, and if you get ahead, you can use it to just secure it, right?
Yeah.
I didn't really look at their talents during the game, but if they did go bigger than they are, then that would explain why it felt a bit easier. They didn't really have finishing damage to pair with it.
Hmm. And actually, we did see Tyrande come out that match. Are you someone who just very much enjoys Tyrande on that map in general, or is Tyrande kind of one of your go-tos? Because I don't see Tyrande too much in NGS this season, I believe.
I like Tyrande a lot. I play her a lot, but I don't get too in competitive that often. This is not usually one of the maps she comes out on.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think I see her like much more on BOE than anything else. I was very surprised to see her on this one.
BOE and Towers of Doom are probably her stronger maps.
Meanwhile, map number 2, we did see a much quicker Lucio pick. Was that something you're like, finally, I get to play this, or... Because I did see it is banned a
we
fair
make him
bit?
play it.
They make me play it.
Oh.
But it was also a point in the draft where it seemed like we weren't sure exactly what we were picking at that point, so I was just like, it's time, just lock the Lucio and move on.
Well, I say with hindsight's being a thing, when you saw Mephisto banned out, did you think something weird was going to happen? Because I know that I did look and see that Breakwood has at least played 1 or 2 Mephisto games this season, but were you expecting a double healer, no tank game to come out of him?
I mean, I never know what to expect. I think last time we played them on that map, their comp was Deathwing, Lucio, Jaina, Limara, Falstad.
Yeah.
So I think they like to do fun stuff on that map.
I mean, it was working at first.
You never know.
Feels quite a bit you guys were actually struggling with. You actually had a few unfortunate early deaths. Were you expecting kind of that aggression to coming out of their composition?
I don't know if it was necessarily like... I don't know. They definitely did a little bit more damage than I thought they were going to, but Zebra and I were also just completely running it down. So...
Yeah. And we were honestly being more aggressive than we probably should have for the 3-man as well. Because,
Okay.
like, when Rodney's tanking, he likes to be aggressive. He plays his tanks like he plays his DPS.
Speaking
to
of
know.
tanks, our tank was in your chat instead of playing.
Yes, Aragon's
And
your tank,
Breakwood,
isn't he?
yeah.
Yeah.
Breakwood is our sub, and I was like, hey, I don't know where Wolf is. Can you play? And she was like right now, and I was like, yeah, right now. And then after our game, we were like, he's on, and he's in Lime's chat. Like, what's going on?
Did he just wake up or something? What happened there?
He's EU, so
Probably,
I think he slept through it. But yeah.
Oh, well, I mean, at least it worked out. Rodney Haymaker Mirrodin was definitely something to watch, because it's not often you get to see a dwarf fly in and punch someone. Was that kind of you saw it
Yeah.
and went, please, Rodney, just don't mess this up?
No. I mean, I wasn't gonna say anything because he doesn't really like to tank. So
So
he
the role
gets
was
to do
thrust
whatever he
upon
wants
him.
for filling. Yeah.
I see. Okay, that makes a little bit more sense now. No, I did very much enjoy watching that series. Is there anything you guys are kind of looking forward to? Because I believe you guys are in the top 4 for your division.
Mhm.
What are you guys looking forward to with the playoffs? Are you kind of prepared? Do you know who you're facing yet? What's your general game plan coming into this kind of playoff season time, whatever you want to call it?
I think to have fun and try to beat Big Push Power in at least a game, because I don't think we've beaten them yet. We've
I
taken
haven't
games
really
off,
looked
but we
at the
haven't won a
scheduling
series.
for it yet.
No.
I haven't either. I don't think it's really been released yet.
I mean, they're
Oh,
probably
okay.
waiting on this before they committed to anything.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Depending on our next match, we could be, I think, 3rd or 2nd in the division.
Yeah,
I'm not sure.
it looks to be...
That would require doing math. And
Actually, I think you may
yeah.
be 3rd now. I think Big Push Power's done all their matches, so that'd put you ahead of them.
Mm.
I think you'll be
Okay,
going up
cool,
against
yeah.
7 rings by the looks of things then.
Yeah,
Depending how they
so
do.
depending on how we do against 7 rings, it'll bring one of us to 2nd and one of us to 3rd. Or we'll switch, or yeah. But it'll be fun either way.
Would be definitely interesting watch. But is there anything else you guys want to say? Any takeaways? Any thanks? The floor is yours.
Thank you for casting. That's
yeah,
all.
thanks for casting.
That's
Yeah.
all.
That's all.
No.
There's not many people that
And,
are casting NGS right now, so
Yeah. And also, thanks to Breakwood for subbing so last minute. I had originally messaged her because I thought my internet was going to be down and I wasn't going to be able to play, but it's a sure good thing that it fixed itself because we needed her anyway.
Yep. But no worries. I hope you both have a good rest of your evening and good luck with your last match before playoffs.
Thank you. I hope
Thanks.
you have a good afternoon.
Yep, afternoon.
Yeah, okay.
You're like,
I was like, what time of day
I
is
know
it
he's
for
in a
you?
different time zone. It doesn't help. But no, have a good one, both of you.
Yeah, you do.
But right, that is it going to be for me for at least the next 15 minutes or so. What I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be going over this calendar because we finished fast enough, and I'm going to be picking up a Division E game, which I think they're definitely not going to be expecting. I didn't mention anything to them prior. So we'll be doing a Division E East game after this of 2-team Blackmen facing off against Phoenix Rising Amethyst. But that will be at least for me for the moment. I'll be back in about 15 minutes. I'm just going to take a break. I'm going to reset myself, have a reset of stream real quick while I do things. So to everyone watching, I hope you have a good morning, good evening, good afternoon, depending where you are in the world, because time zones, they are indeed very weird. But I'll see you all in the Nexus. Have a good one for now.